Hi, besties. It's me, Carrie. Good to see you. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm just doing kind of a catch-up video. I have not been feeling well lately, so pardon me as I move around. Um, we're in my living room here. Anyway, hello. Welcome to the new people. Good to see you. Today, I'm going to be talking about everything, getting you guys caught up a little bit about what's been going on this week. I did have my CAT scan and bone scan done last Friday, and I was able to find out the results pretty immediately afterwards, which has really put me into a lot of thinking of what to do and proceeding from there, because with that, just lots to think of. You guys are going to put up with me as is today, and my hair is doing what it's doing, and I just don't, I'm still feeling me no matter what, right? So it's fine. Today I'm kind of having a down day, so I'm in my super comfy clothes, my favorite jammies. Anyway, so with the CAT scan, that was pretty good and bad news there. So that, we did a CAT scan first, and then we did the bone scan, and the CAT scan showed that with the radiation, I don't have any growth in my mediastinal area that we just did radiation, and my spine that we just did radiation on. That's great. Not really on shrinking or anything like that, but it's a little bit too soon to tell what's going to happen with that, as radiation works up to 12 weeks after you do your last radiation. So we'll see what that does. But the bummer news is there's more metastasis. So, as you guys know, or if you're first time on my page, you'll see this too, but I've been on I have stage 4 neuroendocrine cancer, the origin being my lungs, with metastasis in all sorts of areas. I've done chemo in the past. The chemo didn't really work, and so we tried one type of shot to help slow it down, and then now we're on sandostatin, a separate type of shot, which I'm not sure if it's working or not. It's just I'm still having a lot of really bad side effects from that too. So going back with a CAT scan, so those areas are stable, but I have new metastasis. Remember last year I did radiation on my right pelvic iliac bone. Well, that cancer has all come back totally, which is kind of a bummer because radiation didn't seem to work very long on that. Excuse me. I'm still experiencing the radiation side effects when you get it done on your chest, or same thing if you get it done on your neck or your head. You tend to have the radiation causes a lot of swelling, so it makes it really difficult to breathe or swallow. It feels like a huge lump that's just caught in my throat that I can't get it to move. So drinking has been very difficult. And eating, I've been losing tons of weight, which is fine, I guess, on a certain sense, but would rather lose weight in other ways, not because of being sick. So yeah, the metastasis, we have that on the right iliac. So that's not necessarily, it's metastasis, yes, but it's also more considered a not a flare-up, but because it was there before, it went into that area, went into remission. It was considered resolved, but it's all come back, which explains the new pain that I've been having in my right pelvis bone. And then I also have, this is the part that's a bummer for me. This is super, super bummer. On my left lung, where my original cancer was, and all of in my lymph nodes, I have cancer there too. We already knew about that, but I have a new metastasis in my pleura of my left lung. And if you guys don't know, the pleura in your lungs is a lining around your lungs that it's protects your lungs, and I don't know how else to explain it, but it's the lining of your lungs. The thing that gets scary with that is that when you have cancer, and that's the tell of, okay, now we're starting to get towards the end here, because that's when your lungs start to fill up with water. Not yet, but down the road as it gets bigger. So that's a real bummer, because that's the point where, for me and stuff, that's when you start getting the heart failure from it, and you start getting, it is so excruciatingly painful to go through, and you really can't breathe, and it's they start having to drain the water off of your lungs, and to the point of where it's not gonna go away per se. It's that way until you die, until it either takes you, or it puts so much pressure on the heart that you get heart failure and so forth. So that's where I am on that. So the realization of, I'm not going to die today or tomorrow or anything like that, but this is a setback big time. And so far, I've done pretty much just about every treatment that is available to me, considering my type of cancer. And we've talked about this in the past. What works for one doesn't work for all, and not all cancers are the same. Not all neuroendocrine cancers are the same. So people who have origins of my type of cancer, but it's more in their pancreas, liver, lower abdomen areas, you don't treat it the same way as from the lung origins or the thorax area. They're two very differently treated beasts. It's not necessarily one is worse than the other or anything like that, because they both have some really hard stuff, but mine is very high grade, so it's really aggressive, and I have been very lucky to live as long as I have, considering the type of stuff that I have. And you guys know I'm a fighter. I'm going to continue to fight, but I'm at the point in my life of where, considering for real, what does my quality of life look like, and what do I want it to look like? And the more pragmatic stance of it too is truly peace from dying, if that makes sense, of what I want my death to look like as well, what I want my last several months to look like, as far as my passing goes. These are details that I am working through, and the ways that I thought, because this happens with everybody, that cancer is this roller coaster, and you guys who have it too, or have experienced it with loved ones, know very well what that roller coaster can look like, and how severe with the positive side of, well, I guess even negative can be considered positive too, because of the beautiful outlook that it was required change for that outlook to happen, that you wouldn't have had the opportunity to have had you not gone through those cancer experiences. So I don't want to undermine that. But I'm still having trouble breathing and swallowing, so I know you guys are with me no matter what, and you guys are super forgiving too. So with that, let me grab a couple of things that I want to show you. Right now, I'm doing all sorts of soak-up, spending extra time with people that I haven't talked to in a while, and doing trade readings and stuff like that. It has just been so beautiful. And just so you guys know, in the future, if you guys are interested in doing that with me too, because I know that on my channel we've got a lot of really talented intuitives, as well as psychic mediums or things like that, but I'm got to be really careful on discerning too. I do welcome trades as well, so especially at this point, or doing, as I can do readings, trades for, things you might have at home as well. Like some people are doing crocheted things, and I absolutely love those goodies. Things from the heart, stuff like that. I'm down to trading with you guys too, instead of doing an actual money exchange. I'm down for that. But right now I'm not able to book readings yet because I'm not able to use my lungs and stuff for an ongoing amount of time, my voice. And this has been a real compromise, something different than I've experienced before. So it has its own hardships itself. And, starting to think about, as I'm going through this, what's really important to say and what isn't, because my voice is very limited right now too. But with that, I want to show you something that one of my best friends gave me, Alyssa. She wrote this book. Her name is Alyssa Sullivan, and she's got this gratitude journal that and I'm not telling you guys to, I'm plugging it or whatever, but I got to show you because this is important for me. So if this is something that could be important to you, great, but no pressure or anything like that. But she made this book on gratitude journal, how to manifest your heart's desires. And what it was sent to me for was kind of a different perspective than a lot of the gratitude journals of, where you're writing down things that you're grateful for. My friend Alyssa, she deals with she's a nurse, and she deals with a lot of death as well. And she's been such a beautiful, beautiful support with me too. And she's given me so much wonderful advice and places to go. And, she's just so soothing. So when she sent this book to me that I'm going to be using, I haven't written in it yet because there's just a lot for my mind to think about. But for me, this has to do with how I want my death to look. And those are that's outside of just doing a, what do you call it? Oh my gosh, my brain it's fried lately. I'm so sorry. But that just has to do with the radiation and everything going on. But the end of life care that usually, if you're as advanced cancer patient, you'll turn in with your palliative care team or your hospice team if you're on that, depending on what you are. I'm on palliative care, not hospice yet. Probably sooner than later for the hospice, but not today. Anyway, they give you a workbook of how you want your death to look, and you write that out, and it's part of your, passing, and it's beautiful, and it's hard to do, but it goes along with, writing a will. I did mine originally a couple years ago when I was first diagnosed on how I want that to look, but this time around, making a really good point, things have really changed for me too on what I want to do and what I don't want to do. And as my cancer has changed and how it feels changes, because in the beginning I was going off of a lot of perceived pain of what it's going to be like, instead of the actual pain of, here I am today experiencing these types of pain. What is that going to look like? So for me, my perspective has changed. It's different than it was when I was first starting with my cancer journey. And like I said, I feel super grateful to be 4 years in and to be here, that I fought this hard to be here. And obviously I'm going to continue fighting, but I've really changed my mind of going on with more treatments. I've decided to stop my shot treatments for sandostatin because it's causing more painful and negative side effects than it is doing positive on that. And right now I just really want to have quality of life. And that sandostatin is not really working very much for me. It's kind of like a 50-50 bag, and because it's a 50-50 bag, I need to choose which side of 50-50 do I want to go with, And for me, that means quality of life, and it's a really difficult decision to make that, but I'm going to. So that means I'm done with treatments from here on out. I've tried everything. It's good. I don't feel guilty that I didn't try something, because obviously I want to try whatever I can. I'm not going to do chemo again. It's too much, and as of this point, I'm just too sick. You guys, I'm a different kind of sick right now, and it feels like a total shift in my life, and it does not mean that I've given up, though. In fact, I feel like I'm fighting even harder right now. Because I can't swallow and I can't breathe very well, and I've got medicines for my breathing, so don't worry about that. I don't need suggestions on that, although I appreciate it. But I've got my breathing stuff that I'm doing for that was done with a pulmonologist. But as for eating and stuff, one of the things that I'm having a really difficult time swallowing, so my best friend Laura got me these. Oh my God, I highly recommend. This is, if you guys are or know somebody who's gone through this, for me, my first thing before eating is hydration, that I need to stay hydrated and get in as much nutrients as I can. Of course, I'm taking vitamins and things like that, but my stomach isn't holding down those kind of vitamins, so I'm trying to get as much nutrients and natural food as my body can allow. But this is super awesome though, because it's like, you know, a liquid IV, an IV when you go and get hydrated. I wouldn't say it works as well as the hydration from when you're getting an IV with your doctor for that, but it's pretty darn close. Also, it has kind of a thicker, almost tastes like a nectar, kind of thicker, not like thicker as an oatmeal or anything like that, but it makes it super smooth and easy for me to drink. And so I'm feeling like I'm getting a good amount of hydration from that. And these things, they come in different flavors. She got me the strawberry one, because strawberry is one of my favorite flavors anyway. It's pretty good. Comes in other flavors too though, but I wanted to show you that because it's pretty awesome. As for foods and things like that, I'm doing, if I can eat, it's a lot of fruit, a little bit of, I've been craving oatmeal like crazy, but it's really hard to get down. You know, bites of yogurt. Greek yogurt is better for me. It's still, I get the ones that have the active good stuff in it, but Greek yogurts have a little bit thicker of a texture for me, so it's a little easier to eat, but even still, it feels constantly like I have a big, huge thing of peanut butter just stuck in my throat. So it's painful, but it's also hard to swallow, and it causes all sorts of stuff. So I'm trying to get through this kind of sickness. I'm sure that the radiation side effects of the swallowing stuff should go away soon. Please. If you guys know anybody who has experienced about this with the radiation side effects of swallowing and breathing with radiation, post your comments below. I want to hear how you guys did and what you did to help make it a little bit more smooth. Yeah, because I mean, I've lost my appetite too, just because I've been so sick with this. But I'm trying to, if I'm able to eat, it's just little bits of like smoothie loaded with all sorts of fruits and chia seeds and all sorts of yummy, nutritious stuff with protein powder. I am doing, as I can drink it, protein drinks too. And so I'm trying to make some type of a compromise in what I'm doing, to trying to focus on as much nutrients as I possibly can, but hydration first. So that's where some of those smoothies, if I'm able to drink it, works out too, because it's a double shot. It works with the hydration and to put some nutrients in my body. So yeah, that's where I am. And yeah, lots of positive stuff going on too. But this week, and I'm really taking some time to focus on what peace looks like for me and what kind of positivity I want to surround myself with. I've been having a lot of time with my close loved ones and my friends, and just all sorts of affirmations and tons of love exchange back and forth. It's just been absolutely beautiful, and I can't say how much I just appreciate that, and spending time with my kids as I can. And even those phone calls, they mean a lot, you know, they really do. But I'm getting to a place right now of where I'm having more difficulty, so I'm gonna log off here soon. But I just want to thank you guys so much. If you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. Click the bell too, so that way you can get all of my notifications. And thank you for returning, all my lovelies, my besties that are here. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great day. I'm gonna take off. Talk to you later.